I think if you have to work 40 hours a week, it's almost like a death sentence, which most of us have to carry out. But if you work full time, it really leaves you very, very, very little time to do anything else except run some errands, wash the clothes, and pay your bills. So luckily, just that one extra day gives me a little cushion, a little extra time for me to work on other things.
Alan doesn't like being the center of the argument, doesn't like being the center of conflict, or even the center of discussion. He likes being on the edges. He likes listening. He enjoys the argument for itself.
I think if anything, he influenced me to dare to break things open, break forms open, and just to try different things just for his own poetry. I can't write in the jazzy way he writes.
When I read Alan's poetry, it had a lot of familiarity to me. You know, it had that kind of Cantonese, I guess, cadence, for lack of a better description. And it also, I think, had a sense of understanding the roots in the region from where the poetry came from. And we're not talking about China, you know, we're talking about Chico and Paradise in the Central Valley.
I think his poems provide often, and the historical elements of them provide what I would call heart, or the emotion to something which in a history book often can be fairly dull, fairly dry. But he has a way of coming at these things that really sort of can turn your heart or kickstart it, maybe get it going, right, on the subjects.
People ask me, who do I write for? And I really feel a responsibility to be a witness, a voice for a lot of people other than myself who may not have the ability to articulate what they want to say. Clean up on aisle 1. Clean up on aisle 1, please. I think the list is just getting out of hand. You know, it's over 300 now. That's a lot of cards.
Yeah, you've done it for almost 30 years? Or?
Yeah. And I think some of the earlier cards are nicer just because I took more time with each one. And a lot of them I did on rice paper postcards so that the ink really showed, you know, the gradation and everything. And then once the list got really large, we had to cut back on rice paper postcards, and we just cut out watercolor cards and did it that way.
Well, maybe you can just make one design and just
print it.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be the same, would it?
Yeah, I guess not.
I mean, the people would say, oh, this is just like a print. He can just do one and just send it out to everybody. But before, he used to do each one by hand.